I'm gonna tell you about this hostage situation. You never know you're gonna be in it until you have kids. It's a terror network hostage situation, and you always feel it as a parent. So I'm gonna give you some examples because I'm not really that good at articulating it. You're in the grocery store and your kids say, "Hey, can I get that cereal?" You just finished soccer practice and they say to you, "Can I go over to the playground?" You are about to close the door of your car and your kid says, "Can I close the door?" You're in line at Starbucks and your kid says, "Can I get a chocolate milk?" And they ask these questions knowing the answer they want. They're not asking it to you like, "Hey, when's your birthday?" and they're open to any answer in the world. They want one answer. Yes, I can close the door. Yes, I can go play in the playground. Yes, I can have the chocolate milk. Yes, yes. They want yes to these questions. And as a parent, you feel this. Excuse me, guys. Chill. Keep it down back there. They're asking with an answer in mind, and you feel that. And so as a parent, instead of just being able to be like, no, because you know that's the right thing, you feel this outside pressure. Answering the question the way you're supposed to answer it is the foundation of having rigid boundaries and raising a healthy, strong child who knows you're in control. Why do you want your kid to know that you're in control? Because when you're in control, your kid feels safe and they're free to be wild and do whatever they want. I know it sounds like an oxymoron. I need to think about it more so I can explain it better. But when you are in complete control and you have rigid boundaries, your kids are actually free to do whatever you want. Let me give you this example. I had 3 dogs, and one of them would bite people. And that dog's life was completely miserable because his quality of life was ass because he couldn't go out. The other 2 dogs would go out to the beach and run freely. This dog would get stuck at home. That's the way it is if you have a kid who you don't have rigid boundaries with. You end up trying to serve all of their needs and fail, and your kid is throwing constant temper tantrums and they can't handle no. So you have to set rigid boundaries. You have to not be held hostage by their questions. You cannot be held hostage by a kid's questions. But the truth is, you will always feel that as a parent. It's something you never, ever expect when you have kids. It's actually the most difficult thing about having kids. You want to get out? See, he wants to get out. He wants to get out. Can you wait 5 minutes till I'm done with this video? 3 minutes? 2 minutes? Okay, I'll stop filming and come back there and get you. See, it's this outside pressure that you always feel, and if you don't set the boundaries firmly, can I get a chocolate milk? No. Then they throw a temper tantrum and you don't carry them out. If you don't do that, if you don't stay by answering the questions the way they're supposed to be answered to get the best kid, then you will just go further and further into being hostage, and your kid will get more and more control of the relationship until you are not the parent. And don't think it can't happen. And you're setting yourself up for failure each time you don't stick with those boundaries. If you don't have kids, it's an indescribable feeling. I always feel it. Every time they ask a question, I'm like bracing myself. Even today when we got out of the car to drop Avi off at school, the first thing Joseph says is, "Can I shut the door?" And I know if I say yes, then the other kids are going to say, "But I want to shut the door." And you just feel that. So you're always managing that discomfort and managing the fact that, hey, you can't listen to that discomfort. You can't take the lazy way out. You can't take the path of least resistance, because you will eventually go from being a hostage to complete incarceration. And we all know parents who are like that, who all they're doing is serving their kids. And boy, aren't their kids fun to be around.